So this is something that the Democrats of California are really trying to hide, and I really believe that California has a really big chance of flipping red if this keeps up. In California, Democrats have different views about what they want. As you see in the picture right here, some of these Democrats are actually against illegal borders, which is something that Democrats don't like talking about, and that's something that voters want. They want, the borders to be secure. So Republicans only have two people to choose from. Democrats have freaking eight people, and a lot of them are divided about a lot of stuff. And this is something that Newsom doesn't want people to know about. He totally obliterated the Democratic Party of California.
Shown us likely voters so far aren't coalescing around one main candidate.
That's exactly right. Some see it as an issue, with Democratic leaders worried this gives an advantage to Republicans. But for what's really the first competitive gubernatorial primary in recent cycles, many view it as a positive for democracy.
And before this starts, if you don't know, Newsom pretty much just grabbed the governor seat like it was his. Like, they just gave it to him. That's how corrupt California is. They just handed the chair off to somebody else. It didn't even feel like it was a vote. It was like unanimously Newsom was going to be the governor. And of course, if a Republican ran against him, it was like, I think he won like 60 or 70 and 30 or something like that.
3 months to go and a crowded field that shows no sign of dwindling.
I don't think we've ever had this many candidates running for governor.
Nobody is breaking out of the pack.
It comes days after the California Democratic Party's chair urged candidates without a, quote, viable path to make it to the general election to drop out. Those calls went unanswered defiantly.
And that's why we're in this race to win it.
With no dropouts and single-digit polling candidates filing officially this week.
You could make a good argument for at least 4 or 5 of the current candidates getting onto the top 2.
Political consultant Jim Ross says differentiation is the challenge for the 8 top Democrats running.
Even if 3 of them split off, there's still a good amount of Democrats running. And like I said, the Democratic Party is very divided right now in California. Like it or not, California is always going to be a purple state. Like it or not.
You have a bunch of candidates who are basically sounding and looking the same. What we're seeing is a lot of general statements, but not a lot of specific action items.
In the last few elections, Ross says there's been a clear top contender.
When Jerry Brown ran, he was a senior statesman. Gavin Newsom ran against him, but then served as lieutenant governor. And what I think a lot of people felt was kind of an apprenticeship, is you didn't see anybody develop and really become the clear front runner over the 8 years that Gavin Newsom was governor.
So you've got a field that, some on both sides would say is fairly uninspiring, or at least has not gained the attention of California voters really in thrust yet.
Republican strategist Tim Rosales says that's also an issue for the top GOP candidates.
You've got Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco, and both ideologically are pretty much occupying the same lane.
But he hopes it will work to their advantage.
I'm pretty sure if one of them had to split off, they would split off and become like a lieutenant governor or something. I'm pretty sure if it came down to it, the Republicans would come together, because we would rather have one of them win and flip California red, have a possibility of flipping it red, than just fight against each other. And like I said, if Republicans fumble this and we don't get nobody in office that's Republican, that everybody in the California Republican Party needs to be fired, because we have a clear shot of becoming a Republican state finally, after freaking 20, ever since Arnold Schwarzenegger. I remember there was these signs for Arnold Schwarzenegger when I was in elementary school.
The more Democratic candidates, the better it is for the Republican candidates. But the fact is that it just is very, very difficult for a Republican against a Democrat in a general election.
The clock ticking, with vote-by-mail ballots hitting mailboxes in 2 months.
Once the SAFE Act passes, they can't do this no more. That's horrible for Democrats, because they love cheating. They love the freaking not verifying your ID, making it illegal to verify your ID to vote. Once the SAFE Act passes, before the general elections happen, they're screwed. The Democrats on this run probably won't even, will get destroyed by Republicans, because I'm saying a lot of people here, they hate Trump, but they hate Newsom more. Like, I'm telling you right now. But people don't care. A lot of people who live in states and they understand how states work, they don't care about who's the president. They care about their homeland. They care about what affects them the most. Like Newsom. I talk about Newsom a lot because he affects us directly. Everything he does, it affects us. If Trump says something crazy, whatever. If a governor in a different state does something crazy, whatever. Doesn't affect me. But when it comes to Newsom, when it comes to the mayors in California, it affects us directly. So as of right now, none of them have broken off yet and joined each other to kind of make the numbers better. And if it continues to stay like this, it's going to be easy to run for Republicans. But I'm pretty sure some of them will start splitting off and they start coming together. But honestly, like I said, once the SAFE Act passes, I think it's over for the Democrats. And Trump is pushing it right now. It's getting pushed. He's pushing these rhino Republicans that don't want to sign it in the Senate. He's pushing some Democrats like John Fetterman over. They're gonna have to bring some Democrats over that care about the border and elections. So, like I said, this is damning for Democrats. Newsom doesn't want you to know about this. This is how divided the Democratic Party is in California, because a lot of Democrats from all over the place in California have different ideas and views. Like I said, some people don't like the illegal borders. Some people don't like it that they're transitioning kids. Some of these Democrats that are running have different views, which is crazy because usually they're all on one accord. And I want to go ahead and make some videos about these runner-ups, because I think that it's good for us to know who these people are, what they stand for. And I was thinking about making a video for each of these people because I live in California and the elections are right around the corner. November will come fast. It's already March. It feels like it's January still, but it's already March. What do you guys think about this? You guys think that California has a chance of flipping red? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Go ahead and like the video if you like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hype up this video. Let people know that the Democratic Party in California is very divided right now. Fortunately for Republicans, it might be an easy run for them. And I'll see you guys in the next video.